back to the official Hammer Time podcast. As always, I am your host, Cade, and alongside me is my partner in crime doing the recaps and reactions is Mr. Dake Doja Cat. We have our best weekend of betting of all time, by far. But before we get into the recap in terms of betting, I'm gonna shove down your throat to tell you guys to download and follow our podcast. So, if you haven't already, please make sure you are downloading or following us on Spotify, Apple, wherever you guys listen. We are now on YouTube, so be sure to like and subscribe there. Let us know your comments, your easiest bet of this past weekend, or your favorite look-ahead spot to next weekend. And then also be sure to join our Discord, because our Discord is free. And we win a lot of money in there, and we talk about our bets in there. And we talk a lot about other things, but mostly football and stuff like that. But join that. It's free. Please do. We're doing way too good right now to not be getting any traction whatsoever. It's been actually insane these last couple weeks in terms of not only college football, but even NFL now that that's kind of in line. So be sure that you're in there. Links are in our socials, or it's in our Hammer Time social as well. Or you can always DM us privately for all those kind of things. But yeah, we've talked about all our plays in there and everything like that. As well as shout out to the people who are in the Morning Huddle show. That show is a banger. There's a lot of people in there this past weekend. I think 140 something, I think is what he said.
114, I think, was the top that I saw.
It was 140 something. I don't know, whatever. But either way, 100 plus in general is a lot of people. Again, like I said last week, I really don't know if I know 100 people because that's just kind of crazy. But yeah, look forward to those every other Saturday. So that will not be this coming Saturday, but that will be the next. And yeah, today is pretty straightforward, breaking down and recapping all the games. But before we do so, how did we do this weekend? Go ahead and tell the beautiful people what kind of magical work we did.
All right. So this is from the Thursday game to Saturday night. So the entire weekend. We'll start with the worst, which he wasn't even bad. Cade went 15-7 at a 65% clip. I went 22-5 at an 81% clip, and Dylan went 16-3 at 84%. That brings our totals to Cade 46-25, which is 65% win rate. I'm 70-37, 65% win rate, and Dylan is 32-14, 70%.
Yeah, we're scamming you guys over here for free. We should be charging $100 a month probably.
We are scammers.
But I literally don't know what else to say. I'm kind of geeked to just talk. We were just talking about this before we started, and I was like, "Are you serious?" Because there's just no way that's real numbers.
I didn't know the numbers until I just did them. It is insane.
I knew we had a great weekend, but
yeah,
total wise now, that's insane. That's actually insane. So if you
props,
guys aren't, yeah, I don't know.
Props to us.
Yeah, literally.
Well, toot of our own horn, but to be even more so. On the agrees that we had, me and Dylan went 2-2, lost Notre Dame, lost Ole Miss Arkansas under, but won the USF Miami over and the Cal Minnesota over. And then for all of us, Florida lost, but we hit on Tulane and Cal. So 2-1 on everybody agreeing, and 2-2 on me and Dylan.
The Cal and the over at the very end, so that kind of helped my day a little bit more too. Shout out to the gang. I did a breakdown on that, so I was just you know what? What a squad ride at 11 p.m. at night. Just why not? What
yeah, why not?
So, that was a good time. No, I don't know. I really don't know what else to really tell you guys. If you're not in the Discord, if you're not even following us, period, as a whole, it's pretty straightforward. There's no paywall, there's no deduction, or everything like that. You just got to listen to us yap for about 40 minutes. And then maybe you'll get to our plays. Or even if you skip to the end, if you're that kind of douchebag. I don't know.
Well, we'll refrain from calling our viewers douchebags just yet. Degenerates. We'll go with degenerates.
Yeah, just shut up, bro. Just give the picks. Just push the picks, bro.
Fair. No, it's fair.
Honestly, me too. Because I remember when we were first starting out, when I first turned 21, I was always hitting these like sports articles, just scrolling to the very bottom for the pick. Didn't even ignore everything that went on, and it was just
No
like
reason.
scrolling to the bottom to that final pick bold part. And
Yeah.
hit that button. But anyways,
Yeah, no,
listen.
just listen to us yap for a little bit and we'll get there eventually.
Eventually, it's fine though. That's our weekend though, and then that's our season totals and YTDs so far, which is crazy impressive. So hopefully that TikTok clip goes viral because I'm for sure posting that. Anyways, we'll get into today. We're recapping a multitude of games, multitude of really good games. That was not even shy of expected at all. I mean, like we expect every one of these games to really be close. I don't even know where to start, honestly. We can pretty much just go down the line. I mean, I know we have a ton to do, but I don't care wherever you want to start. We could just kind of go from there.
Let's start in Atlanta.
Let's do it.
Why not?
Why not?
Georgia Tech takes down number 12 Clemson, 24-21, and Bobby Dodd. Georgia Tech is, I mean, we said it in the preseason. I posted the clips Saturday afternoon. We said
TikTok, by the way. So I'm going to cut you off. That TikTok, by the way, or that little clip thing that I spent so much time on that, and it did not get as much love as I wanted it to.
No,
which is also really funny. But that's besides the point. But it was incredibly hard, and it was really sick that we kind of called that from like several months ago.
Yeah, July 25th. So literally. It's been almost 2 months at this point. We said they were winning this game. I took them to win the game. So I backed up my point there. Haynes King, dude. It's just Haynes King. That's all I can say. Haynes King is a dog. He outplayed Cade Klubnik, a potential first-round NFL draft pick, and he threw for more yards than him. He ran the ball for over 100 yards, added a touchdown on the ground.
Again.
Yeah, like, dude just plays so hard every game, and they are in the driver's seat. Nah, not driver's seat. They may be in the passenger seat for the ACC right now. I'd give Miami the lean.
Yeah.
They can be in the driver's seat, but Georgia Tech's in the passenger. They're right there. And then, yeah, just shout out the program. Shout out Brent Key. Those dudes play so hard every game for him. And then moving to the other side, I hate that I did kind of call this too in the pre or what was that, week 0 when I said who was the most likely in the top 10 to drop out, and I said Clemson. The offense is just so inconsistent. It's I don't know if it's the quarterback. I don't know if it's the system. I don't know what it is, but they're in year 3 of an OC who was highly touted. They're in year 3 of a 5-star QB. They've got weapons everywhere, and they can't move the ball down the field consistently. Like, you get the one big play to Wesco, and that kind of thought was going to be the turning point. I thought that's when Clemson takes over, and then they just can't. There's so many 3 and outs in that game from them. Just, I don't know. I don't know where you go from here with everything that you had coming back and making the playoff last year. And obviously they still have, I know they're 1-2. They only have one loss. They can still go in and do whatever they came out and said to do, but like, you have no wiggle room now. You cannot lose a third game, especially you may not be able to even lose this game unless you win the ACC now. They probably have to win the ACC or they're done. So
yeah, I agree.
I don't know who they have next, but I know they've got some tough games coming up. I mean, SMU at home, Florida State at home, at Louisville, at South Carolina, which, I mean, those are tough games.
Right.
So we'll see. I would expect them to figure something out, but not a good look.
Yeah, I don't know what else to add, but if I can, I'll kind of just make a couple of shout outs just because of how complete this Georgia Tech team looks right now. They deserve everything that they've gotten so far. And What are they? 18th now in the poll, I believe. I think so. They're top
Yeah,
20 or one of the teens, but I don't think they're higher than like 16 or something like that. It's like 17 maybe, but either way, whatever.
they're 18.
Like, I just can't. There's just no way that like I can go back on what we said at the beginning, where like they're legit going to make a run in the like for the conference championship. And
Yeah.
first of all, shout out Omar Daniels, dude. Like, we talked about this defense and what they had to do, and apparently Omar Daniels just said, "Nah, I got this." I mean, he got both turnovers by himself, which the first one was like the punch out on Klubnik's run that he had.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, what was the other one of the second half. It was literally the first possession of the second half when they were literally like in the red zone, borderline about to score. That would have probably, I don't want to say ended the game, but that would have made that a lot harder on them. So that was game saving, like turnover at the start of that second half too.
Yeah.
But I feel like ever since that he moved to safety, it's paying absolute dividends for that team as a whole. It was just nuts. And yeah, I'm incredibly impressed with how they've done things. But I mean, the only thing that I will say about Georgia Tech's offense is that they only really scored 10 points in the first 3 half red zone possessions, which how the defense was playing early in the game was absolutely spectacular. It's nothing short of like what they needed in order to win this game. And they almost pitched that first half shutout until they scored right before the half, obviously. But they put the offense in the best positions as possible. The positive is that they didn't turn the ball over and they put the team in precarious situations, but the slow starts are going to hurt them in the long run. But if they can just figure out that those slow starts and maybe even get some momentum early in the game, I mean they're going to be a force. I mean they already are a force, but I mean that's I feel like that might move the needle a bit more. But even then, they did struggle to run the ball in the first half as well. Didn't really throw the ball as well as I would hope them to. I mean, the defense won them this game. I have nothing else to say really. And yes, Haynes King, yes,
Agreed.
animal, absolute dog. But they have to be careful because they're going to overuse him in games like these to where he's not going to be able to play in them anymore. That's my only concern. That's literally my only concern. But otherwise, yeah, props to the defense. That's all my credit is due in this game, at least. Yeah, it's not really a complaint. It's just, that's a good, tough, gritty win over a national championship team from what everybody thought at the beginning of the year.
Yep. All right, we'll move on to the insane overtime thriller in Morgantown. We'll get to the other one later. West Virginia pulls off the upset, 31-24 in overtime. I'll be honest, I have not watched much of this game, so I'm not going to sit here and say anything. I had this on a second screen and was just kind of looking at it every once in a while. What even happened here? Like, I thought Pitt was in the driver's seat the entire game, and then I looked the next second and they're down, or it's tied. Narduzzi does it again, is really all I've got. I don't know why he does this. He's such a weird coach when it comes to big games with him, and
Dude,
especially this game. Couldn't run the ball. Like, literally could not run the ball. Props to Rich Rod. This is a signature win at home in a rivalry game. Edwards running for 3 touchdowns in 25 attempts. Pretty crazy. So I'll let you take this one. But Mountain Mama, take me home, I guess.
I'm shook, like absolutely dumbfounded, because here I am sitting with the best possible number that I could have ever had for Pitt here after the line jumped 6 or 7 points. Like after the Jaheim White injury in the OU game, like 2 weeks ago, or last week even.
Like, yeah, it was last week.
I don't. I don't know what to say. I really don't. And to me, yeah, this all of the blame is going, or I would say 50-50 blame, honestly, because Eli Holstein absolutely sucks.
Huh.
Like release a little bit of my anger on him, and then yeah, the other half is going to be on Narduzzi. Sorry, I mean they got to him like so early and often, like even on the first play of the game. I mean, what was it? It was literally a fumble at the first play of the game, and then he just never found a rhythm in the second half at all. I They were limited to 26 yards on the ground. Like they did not run the ball, period. And then they were held to what 3 points in the first half. So yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I don't know. And then they weren't. It would have put up 21 points in the second half, but the offense gave Pitt, the defense gave them great field position on 2 interceptions. I don't get it. I really don't get it. He was They lost their starting quarterback. Like Nico is gone. And then he comes back in the fourth quarter and it's like what? Hold on. This is like probably the most backyard brawl game of all backyard brawl games that I have probably ever seen. And
It was
quite
very
frankly,
backyard brawly.
even then, I can't. I just can't. I don't know. Like I know I had Pitt, but I'm like a closet. Like I said at the beginning of the preview and everything. Like I'm low key a closeted West Virginia fan for a little, like for my early childhood days, like Tavon Austin days. Like this, like I was smiling like ear to ear watching Rich Rod win this game. I'm not gonna lie, and here I'm sitting with freaking like 130 on Pitt money line. And I'm just like, okay, dude, this is like, what are we doing?
Mess.
But yeah, I don't know. Pitt's got some things to figure out clearly, but yeah, West Virginia. Even then, I'm shocked the way that they were able to run the ball without White. So I'm hoping that continues. But ultimately, I'll get into this on the breakdown for this week as well. You guys need to fade the heck out of West Virginia this week, by the way. So
Noted. Capper.
there's your cue.
All right, we'll move to Knoxville. I have some anger to get out after this.
Go for it.
All right, Georgia takes down Tennessee 44-41 in Knoxville in overtime in what I would say could be the best game of the year. Congrats, Mike Bobo. Georgia fans hate him and have hated him for a while, and he just owned Tim Banks again. Just doing it again. Just letting him score 44 in a game again. I think the 4 years Banks has been the coordinator, it's like 44, 38, 42, 35 or something. They just cannot do anything against Georgia. Gunnar Stockton looked great. Thought the run game was good enough. The perimeter screen passes were great from Georgia, especially early on in the game. Really got Tennessee out of being as aggressive as they normally are. I think my biggest takeaway from this game is both these teams are playoff teams. I think this game solidified it for me. I know Tennessee's still going to have to go win and beat either Alabama or Oklahoma probably, or both potentially. I mean, they need to go 10-2 at worst, but them hanging with Georgia without their best two defensive tackles, without their best two corners, without their 5-star right tackle impressed me. And in all honesty, they should have won this game. I'm very upset with Heupel. You get a strip sack on Georgia's side of the territory. You have Joey who's cooking. He's just thrown 2 touchdowns, and you run the ball 3 straight times, kick a field goal to go up 8. Then you let him drive all the way down the field, get the 2-point conversion, and then you go all the way down the field, running and throwing the ball combined. Then you run the ball, and then with 7 seconds left after a false start, you just kick it, and he misses.
There was more time for a play. I feel like
there was 7 seconds. Run it.
Or something. I don't know.
The Heupel. I don't know what he lost it. I don't know. I have no other explanation other than he just like choked. which is unfortunate for Tennessee, but I do think there's a very positive spin on this for both teams in that I think offensively, both teams are a lot better than we thought. Both teams defensively have a lot of things to work on,
Yeah.
but like I trust Kirby Smart to figure out defense. And honestly, with Tennessee's injuries, I kind of trust them to be able to fix it too. They don't have a big game again really till Alabama next month, and they'll have both corners back and both defensive tackles back. So I think that's kind of the game where you're going to be able to see Tennessee in its full force. Um, but I think if they can beat 2 out of the 3 of Alabama, Oklahoma, Florida, I think they will make the playoff. So I think I'd love to see this again in Atlanta in a playoff. That was an amazing game
Yeah,
from a neutral perspective.
for sure. I think one thing to make note is that, I mean, like you see, yeah, both teams really proved a ton of people wrong, including myself. I mean, yes, I have Tennessee's like over win total. And also, yes, I took Georgia to miss the playoff. I think I pretty much just lost my Georgia bet right there, honestly.
Yeah, probably.
But which is fine. I'll kind of eat my words with it, just because, like, again, it was a
Except when
pretty
they lose to Georgia Tech.
apparently, hopefully, maybe, I don't know. We'll find out that later on, hopefully. But yeah, I mean, I'm not as high on Gunnar Stockton still. It's just the people that are around him, dude. Like, Zachariah Branch didn't really make a lot of noise this season until this game, until he had that crazy breakout run, and then everybody's like, crap, like, look, he forgot that dude was on Georgia. Like, I'm not even lying. And that's like one of my buddies, like, literally text me that. He's like, since when did he go there? And I'm like, off-season portal? Like, what do you mean? But anyway, Joey also proved in a multitude of ways in the very first quarter that this dude is for real. Like, 14 for 14, 213 yards, 2 touchdowns in the first quarter, and a rushing touchdown.
Nah, he cooked.
Hello? Hello? Like, the first SEC quarterback to go 14 or better, for 14 or 14 or better in any quarter in the last 20 seasons. First ever, period. And
Yeah,
then
it
what was
wasn't
it?
Dink and Duck stuff either.
No, like that. These were like explosives, like multiple passes to even Brazil, like 3 times, by the way. And he
He might
cooked,
go in the first round from that game.
dude. Yeah, like I don't know what else to say. I really don't. He's Brazil is even nuts. I didn't know Brazil could move like that. But then 210
Tennessee
goals.
fans didn't either.
I really,
That breakout game right there.
I honestly thought that this dude was just like this speedy slot guy that's just going to make moves and kind of hurt you with his yards after catch. But no, this dude's just like, no, just put it. I'm down there somewhere, dude. Just lay it up there. And he he went up and got it 3 times,
Yeah,
every single
yeah, he
time.
did. Also, not OPI. I
No,
don't.
no,
I don't
no,
want to hear that ever again. That was OPI.
no,
Go sit your butt down.
no.
Not OPI.
I
It's
also love
clean.
all the sharps that were taking like the unders and the like first half unders and everything.
Oh, dummies! What are you doing? This. I said it on Saturday. 7 straight games where the first half over is gone. I almost hit the over in the first half.
Yeah, it was like, what is it? Like, it was one possession away, like a field goal, I think, or something like
Yeah, I
that.
think it was
Yes.
38. It was 38 in the first half or something.
Yes.
It was 21-17. Yeah, it was 38. I had
Yes.
49 and a half, so I needed 2 more touchdowns.
It just
Yeah.
hurts because, like we said, like I want to see Tennessee do well, like we all do. It's just good for college football, in my opinion. It just hurts to see them drop that game, and especially in
Yeah,
that
step
possession.
in the right direction though, and I know it's not something Tennessee fans want to hear,
Oh
but
yeah, absolutely.
you normally get blown out. Like that was the first time they hadn't lost by double digits in a decade.
We'll put it this
So,
way: if Nico is in Joey's spot here, you guys are down by 20, like losing by
oh
20
yeah,
points.
I mean Nico just lost to New Mexico.
Yeah, like that's just to put into perspective. So like, just be grateful for now
Yeah,
because you have plenty of opportunities.
yeah.
This
I
is
mean
not the end
early
whatsoever. So
no
there's
early
plenty of
season. Yeah, agreed. Early season, he's already awesome. So
Yeah,
I think they just got to keep it consistent. But we'll
I'd
move
much
on.
rather I'd much rather have them get this game out of the way this early than have them in like maybe like a week 8 or week 10 scenario. So
Yeah, agreed. We'll move on to Miami absolutely blowing the doors off of USF, like we called 49-12 after a 3-hour rain delay or something like that. 2-hour rain delay. It was a long rain delay
God,
or
yeah.
lightning delay. Carson Beck looked pretty damn good this week. 343 touchdowns. Mark Fletcher adds 120 on the ground with 2 touchdowns. They did whatever they wanted to him. It was a pick your score kind of game. They did whatever they want. Shout out Byron Brown for continuing to play. Shout out to Chaz Nimrod for showing up. I thought those two were really good throughout the whole game, but South Florida couldn't run the ball. They were never stopping this offense. I appreciate you guys getting my over at the end of the game for absolutely no reason. That was very nice of you guys, Miami. Or, yeah, I think it was Miami that did it. I don't remember. But I don't think USF should be out of the top 25. I think that's kind of ridiculous. They beat 2 ranked teams and then they go and lose to the number 5 team in the country. I think that's stupid. But shows that they're not there yet to play with the big dogs, so to speak. But I think this might just tell us that Miami's really, really good. And I think that's what I'm taking away from this is that Miami's a very complete football team. And if they can get coaching out of the way, this is a natty team, I think.
I don't want to overreact and
That's what
like
this is for.
yeah, it's just like I'm kind of like almost I don't want to say frightened. I don't want to say the right word, but like they legit just have it all. Like
Mm-hmm.
they look literally like number one on both sides of the ball like this year, like legit. I don't think that's an overreaction.
Mm-mm.
I think obviously Carson Beck, he looks like he's a Heisman caliber QB early on, but don't let like him take the full spotlight because when you have a guy like CJ Daniels, Malachi Tony, guys like Moore, it's that helps. Like
For sure.
those guys are nuts, and I don't think we kind of thought CJ Daniels was going to be that guy. I don't think that was really not a shock to some, but for guys like Tony and Moore to kind of step up and take that kind of role is huge. I don't
For
really
sure.
think like as of looking at it now, they haven't even barely dropped off from last year. It looks like now, and they were like record breaking on that kind of term. And even
Yep.
on the defensive side, same thing. Like they've came a long way from last year already. I think
Mm-hmm. Secondary for sure.
Cam Ward was like individually the standout guy. We've
Mm-hmm.
seen that, we knew that. But he had offensive players like Xavier Restrepo, Jacoby George. But overall, it was Cam Ward that always was the guy that like elevated that team as a whole. But it was just him. This year, it's not only Beck. It's not only Daniels. It's not like it's everybody. They have an elite offensive line. They have a strong defensive unit. I mean, granted, we know USF has came out to these slow starts as expected. We took the first quarter Miami spread there with like 4.5. I mean, they held
And first
USF.
half
Yeah, they
and
held
first half under.
rushing yards in the first half, which is nuts. And for yeah, which that lost because Miami had like 28 or 30 heading into halftime, which is fine. But
Yeah. But the cap was right. You
it was there. It was fine. I'm not really mad about that because at the end, like that helped. Obviously helped the 17 and a half hit.
yeah.
But I can't. There's no way, dude. Like, there's just no team. Like, in my opinion, and this might be kind of crazy to some, like, if there's anybody that's number one deserving, it's Miami right now.
I agree.
I just confidently, I cannot say that there is a better team that is playing better football right now than Miami.
I would agree personally.
I really can't. Like, granted, I mean, even Penn State's looked bad against like these sluggish teams, and they haven't even
We'll
played anybody.
see. We'll see
That's
Penn
like
State
a
next
big
week.
question mark. Ohio State's played Texas, and like even I don't even want to call them like top two yet. I can't call Bama, obviously. You can't really call Georgia yet either because their defense doesn't look even remotely.
Yeah.
But it's just, I don't know. Like, it's Miami is quite literally the most complete team, like 1-1 on both sides of the ball. Maybe
Yep.
except for special teams at this point. Like, I don't know. I haven't looked at that ranking yet, but
Yeah.
yeah,
No, they're good. They're really good, I think.
impressed. As
And
I'm
we'll
gonna
find
say.
out. We're gonna find out some more this week with the next team. We'll talk about playing them.
Correct.
Uh, in Baton, or I mean, they'll be playing in Coral Gables. But what happened on Saturday in Baton Rouge was LSU beat Florida 20-10, and I'm gonna get really mad because DJ Lagway is terrible. I don't know what happened to this guy, but we were hyping him up as a Heisman candidate. Other people were hyping him up as a Heisman candidate. We
Usually
all
doesn't
watched him play
close.
last year, and he sucks. This Florida defense has allowed 2 touchdowns this entire year, and they're 1-2 because DJ Lagway doesn't know how to throw the ball to his own team. They couldn't run the ball. LSU's defense, once again, playing very well. Offense, I still can't tell if it's broken or if they just know that they can win this way. I don't know what the deal is with them. They're not taking deep shots like they did last year. They're really emphasizing running the ball, which I like more. I want them to be more balanced. But once you get into these tough games with Alabama and A&M and Oklahoma, like you're going to have to be able to push the ball down the field, and it doesn't seem like they are even attempting it. So big win because a lot of people had them on upset watch, potentially. And I'm so annoyed that that 7.5 should have hit 10 times out of 10. I mean, Lagway throws across his body into triple coverage. Then he throws a pick in the end zone for absolutely no reason. I'm pretty sure he threw 2 picks in the red zone.
I don't have it in front of me, but I would assume so.
Five picks in a game is ridiculous.
Either way, yeah.
I can't even do that in college football 26, and I suck. No, terrible. I mean, I think Billy's gone. Mostly because of what we're seeing from Lagway now. Originally, it was the USF loss, but now, like, it seems like Lagway is regressing, which is scary. And I know it's like the sophomore slump kind of thing, year 2, people have tape on you kind of thing, but dude, just throw the ball to the right team. You're just not seeing. He's not seeing it, and so LSU's got a biggie in what 2 weeks?
I
Yep,
believe so. Yeah.
at Ole Miss in 2 weeks, which will be a 3:30 Eastern game. So big game there. Um, but they look good, and other than offensively, I think this team is top 5 for sure.
Yeah, again, dumbfounded, I think is the right word or whatever. I don't even think there is a right word for it, really, but other than terrible. DJ Lagalele or Lagway.
Lagamalea.
Twitter's great. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know if I want to obviously put some credit up to Blake Baker or if I want to just put all of the blame on Lagway, honestly.
I think there's Baker credit, but good God, you can't throw 5 picks.
Yeah, either way, there comes a line where, like, I just don't get it. The funny part is that I'm pretty sure, like, Florida's total offense still put up, like, 300, I think, if I remember correctly. Or something like that. Was it? I don't
He
know.
threw for 280.
Yeah, I know, but I'm pretty sure.
He didn't
I'll
deserve it.
find it. Oh, yeah, I was going to say it. I'll find it, but either way. LSU, this is scaring me because I don't want to call their offense inefficient. I don't really know what the right word for their offense is, but that's my main thing that I'm worried about, really.
Dude,
They still can't run the ball. It's what were you saying?
This drive chart is ridiculous. They went field goal, pick, punt, touchdown, interception, punt, interception, punt, interception, end of game.
Apparently, going back to where I was, I guess they did outgain. They outgained LSU.
Yeah, they did. They just threw 5 picks.
366 to 322, which is even funnier, honestly. So, quite frankly, I'm not mad about my Florida plus 7.5.
It was the right side.
It's absolutely the right side. But for the love of God, you cannot cap 5 interceptions no matter what.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I didn't know.
I did. Yeah, that's my bad. I did not have that on my bingo card. That's honestly my bad. I mean, but more efficient on third down, more efficient. They had more first downs. Threw for more. Barely rushed for a little bit. Or not, they didn't really rush as good. Penalties were pretty even. Yeah, dude. This is even as you can get, just minus the turnovers.
Just ass from DJ Lagway.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sorry for my language, but he deserves it.
Yeah.
God.
But again, I go back to what I was, whatever. It's for LSU. I think you need to figure out your run game a little bit more. Like Granite Nuss, I mean, he 15 for 27, 220, touchdown on his end. It's just the running game is like a thorn in their side at this point. And this is obviously, if you're box score watching, Durham had a 51-yard run at the end of the game. They pretty much put the nail in the coffin, so that's really boosting a lot of that up. But they averaged, 3.8, I think is what it was? They literally averaged 3.8 a carry.
Yeah, and if you take the run at the end, it's probably 2.
Yeah, even if that. It's just, like, the longest rushing attempt through 3 quarters came from Durham on their first play where he took 6 yards up the middle.
Nice.
Which went on to go through a 3 and out. So, yeah, like going back to what we were saying even then, Florida's defense is doing their job. This is one of the better defenses that they've had in recent years in a long time, it seems like. It's just for the love of God. Can we get some help? Like, in all honesty, it's just like you take the picks away. Is it like really a shock, or is it a crazy take to say that they might have pulled off an upset?
No.
Honestly. Like, if you can just move the ball, that's literally, if you think about it, the 5 interceptions is like 5 wasted possessions. Like, that's 5 chances to put up points in any category whatsoever. It just blows my mind.
And it was one of them was a pick 6.
One of them was a pick 6, exactly, which also takes away possession. So even then, it's 13-10. And then you have your other 4 possessions to gain back with points. It's like they literally could have won this game if it was not for him and his lackluster performance. So
yeah, so their second half drive padlock stat. Their second half drive chart: punt, pick 6, punt, pick.
It's not.
Yeah, I need to stop looking at this.
I love all the people just saying the LSU's defense bent but didn't break. That's not.
I just think DJ Lagway lost a chromosome or something.
That's either there's a couple of things for certain now is that either one, Florida fans, you probably still hate Billy Napier. 2, your coach sucks and your quarterback sucks. 3, you're probably realizing that both are probably gone after this year. So I don't know if that's necessarily something to be mad at, but
yeah, we might be seeing a freshman soon or something.
Lagway might be gone. Like I'm not even like granted, I don't really think it's. I don't know. Yeah. Just
All
things.
right, we're gonna we get to hear you rant again.
I don't. I'm not gonna rant as much as people think I am. Don't worry. I just have a couple points for whatever.
All right, well, I'll go first and provide
Oh,
my unbiased opinion. In the Notre Dame Texas A&M game played in South Bend, Texas A&M wins 41-40. What a great game! If Tennessee Georgia wasn't on the same day, holy, this would have been by far the best game of the day. And honestly, it still could have been, and arguably uh, was. But I'll start with the winning team. Marcel Reed looks great. This wide receiver room looks electric. Mario Craver, 207 yards on a secondary that we thought was good. That is ridiculous. Concepcion has 82. I mean, they were able to throw the ball at will. They ran the ball good enough. 4 yards a carry. That's good enough. 3 touchdowns on the ground, all by Le'Veon Moss. Pretty funny. But I thought A&M played way better than I thought they would. I know we talked about the environment isn't something that it's not something that they haven't seen before, but I still thought that would have some sort of, you know, in some sort of letdown for them, and it didn't. And going to the Notre Dame side, like A&M never flinched, not one time, even going down 14-7, even going down, you know, in the second half, never flinched. CJ Carr looks really good. For a freshman quarterback, he looks really good. I mean, 293, 20 for 32, 9 yards per completion. And I know you'll get into play calling and things like that, but I thought he looked good. I thought the offensive game plan at the start of the game was great. Got Jeremiah Love involved. Got Jadarian Price involved. You got CJ Carr out on the perimeter. You got these receivers involved, which I thought was very good. I love the wheel route to Jeremiah Love. I thought that was a great play call.
oh yeah.
So I thought, in all honesty, going into that fourth quarter and going to, you know, that final drive, I had all the confidence in the world Notre Dame was going to pull that out. I mean, 73% win probability with a minute left in the fourth. I know you're probably going to talk about the last play. It's a really bad miss, like a really bad miss, but also that was really bad coverage, like really, really bad coverage. So it's a great game. I think Notre Dame's going to have to win out. I think A&M is, they might be a playoff lock. I might go ahead and say it right now. This team is good, like good. And I still think these are two playoff teams. I think Notre Dame has to run the table. They may need some help, but I think it was just a great game, and it sucks it ended the way it did. But uh, wow,
I I can start by saying this. Yeah, if you're an Irish fan or whatever, if you had like the Notre Dame money line and some crazy whatever parlay, I don't know, whatever it was.
I mean, I had -4.5. I was pissed.
That's yeah, that's brutal. That's brutal there. It's like don't blame this on the last call because I mean this stuff kind of happens all the time. I mean if you slow down or if you like look at every single passing play, you're going to find some sort of defensive holding, some pass interference call, some offensive holding. That's just football. The refs aren't letting up 41 points. Are they going to probably? I don't like. Like, are they going to let up 7 on the last? Probably, sure. Like, that's not the concern here, though. They've got some staffing questions. More so, one, for once in my life, I'm actually going to question Marcus Freeman. Something I never really thought that I would have done at the start of the year. I just don't understand this Chris Ash hire from the very get go.
Oh,
Denver
awful.
Denbrock actually looked a lot better this game because
I agree.
he kind of did what I told him to do, and look what happened with CJ. Like, he's touching 300 yards as a freshman now, and Jeremiah Love still had almost 100 yards, over 100 yards total, actually. I don't know. I really don't. And the play calling on the defensive side, which sounds crazy because I'm not a defensive guy. But it's just weird to me just because CJ Carr, if you know, he's getting the Jimmy Clausen treatment right now. Like, this super highly tutored recruit. Everybody's super excited for. If you guys remember that, like, 2009, I think? I don't know. I was
Mm-hmm.
like 7. I remember I was pissed punching my TV screen whenever I'm like losing to UCLA in like 2000. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. But it's so frustrating that, like, you can never have good and good. It's always good and bad, or bad and good. It's like the most inconsistent thing ever. And like, there is no way in this world where this university does not have enough money to keep Al Golden where he is. There is absolutely no way. And even looking at Al Golden in Cincinnati, he's like still not even like showstopper.
How about not even keeping Al Golden? How about hiring a defensive coordinator worth anything?
I would have promoted Mike Mickens. The DB's coach has been there long enough. He's went through a plethora of DBs. He's gotten Notre Dame into, like, this is going to sound crazy. I'm not the one saying this, by the way. This is just from people what I've heard. Please do not flame me for this. They have literally started saying that Notre Dame is producing the best defensive backs in the country for the last like few years, which, quite frankly, I'm not going to say it's necessarily a terrible take because the proof is in the pudding. They've actually put out some really good players recently in like the last like 5 years. The best, very debatable. I don't really agree with it, to be honest with you. But he's put out great guys. I would have promoted Mickens from the very start. That's my personal fan opinion, whatever. But you have a great special teams. They get this game started with the start that you would absolutely dream of having, and that place is absolutely fired up from the very get-go, and it was awesome. Like, I for sure, like, when that block kick happened, I'm like, dude, this game's over. Like, I'm not even.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be a blowout.
The only concern that I have with Denbrock is what is up with his obsession with the Wildcat? I don't know. I don't get it. I honestly hate that it was working at some points because I just wanted him to stop. I want to cry just like talking about it, but it's just like, dude, Carson Hobbs, Christian Gray, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? It's what blows my mind the most is that, like, this is not on the defensive players' standpoint, although I'm frustrated with them. Because Al Golden had the same defense and they were number one in multiple categories. The same defense. They lost 3 people on the defensive line. They lost 1 safety. Granted, he was a big departure in Xavier Watts. Sure. But, like, Stroman, transfer safety, sucks. Devonta Smith, transfer safety, sucks. Christian Gray somehow managed to regress. Leonard Moore is proving that he's one of the best cornerbacks in the college football right now, and you're putting him man-to-man on tight ends? There's something wrong. And to think that, going back to his press conference in the spring, because I was working with Irish Tribune at the time, so I know coaches, I've spoke with people, and people have talked to me, and I've talked to players in Notre Dame, former people. Like, yeah, I was like that at one point. I was low-key moving like that, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, I missed that job. But, like, they hate Chris Ash. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, they can't.
He sucks.
Dude, he's, like, it's terrible. Like, it's actually terrible. Like, it's like Brian Van Gordon type of scene, and it's bad.
He's like Sal Sunseri for Tennessee, and what was that? 11. Yeah, no, been there. I feel your pain with that.
It's just, it doesn't make any sense. But, like, it's been 9 years since Van Gorder, like, was their coordinator. And 2 games in, it's like the same unit. And like I just don't understand. It's so confusing to me. Like I just don't tell me what this unit does well besides live off of 2024. Honestly, forget the playoff. They're 0-2, and obviously, sure, if they win 10 games straight, if they win out. Believe it or not, the hard truth is they're still making it in, whether you like it or not. That's not a question. That's not no. This 8% BS that they're giving them to make the playoff. No, they're getting in. I'm just more concerned with how they're going to play in the playoff if they play like they did today, because I don't want to get into the playoff and let up 50 to Boise State again. Or if I don't want to play Boise State in 2 weeks and then get upset again, and then your playoff hopes are actually cooked. Or I don't want to play USC at home on the last rivalry and then let them put up 70 in your own stadium. I don't want to go through that. So for the love of God, figure it out or get out of South Bend. Preferably the second option, because I would absolutely love that. But
I think it's the second. I think this was just a bad call by Freeman.
It's just,
and it's a waste of a year potentially.
it is. It's a complete waste of a year because
I mean, it's a waste of Jeremiah Love.
Love's going to be gone. I mean, granted, you get CJ back, maybe, hopefully.
Nah, CJ will be back.
I mean, I think he's going to stay. Yes, but it's just. It's so frustrating, dude. It's literally so, because I don't want to say that, granted, if we had a good defense, but it's just to think that we are, what is it? We're 4 points away from being a top 3 team. I'm not like putting up the freaking building in flames right now. Like it's not the worst thing in the world. And for one, you can't tell me right now that there are 25 teams better than Notre Dame, because there's not.
No, there's not.
That like they for one, they're going to be ranked. That's no. My only concern is my only problem with this independency thing that we have. I love playing the big games. Don't get me wrong. It's amazing for the brand. It's amazing for the school. It's amazing for the haters, because everybody thinks we don't play anybody, period. And here we are. Once we play people, we lose big games. What big freaking whoop. Who cares? But opening with 2 top 25 games with a freshman quarterback, with a new coordinator on the defensive side, you're asking for failure. Like at that point, you know what I mean? Like that's not easy. For one, I'm not. It's like it's straight into flames. And granted, you put them in a terrible spot. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I don't know. It's frustrating. It's concerning. Do I think they'll figure it out? Yes, but it needs to be figured out within the next week, and they need to make a statement win against Purdue. And by statement, I mean like less than 10 points statement for me to be impressed, because I'm not in the slightest. Like if I'm a bettor, I'd be looking into opposing teams' team total over every single Notre Dame game at this rate, because 40 points and losing is just not an option for me. That's where I kind of draw the line personally.
How many points does Arkansas score in 2 weeks?
How many they put on Ole Miss? 35, 38?
Yeah. Should have won the game, too.
I'd probably play 30 plus, yeah. And granted, that team total is going to be in the 20s, so over. But yeah, I'm frightened for that game now. I'm frightened for every game that we play, honestly. Because like your season now is 1 game away from losing the entire season away, and you're 2 weeks in. Or 3 weeks in for us, but whatever.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to call it there.
Thanks for you guys calling out. Yeah, it's hammer time.
No, sorry.
I don't know. Yeah. Is there any other games that we would need to get into before we?
No, I don't. Like, we could talk about the Vandy one, but I don't really want to, because Sellers got hurt, and I don't think that's fair to talk about.
Yeah, I don't.
And I also I got to leave.
That's fine. That's fair.
I got 2 minutes, 3 minutes potentially.
That's fine.
So I'll be here for the outro.
That's all right. But yeah, that's basically our breakdown of everything for today. Obviously, there's not really a whole lot, just because I would assume that most of you have watched the games. So,
We also spent 20 minutes talking about Notre Dame.
That's probably my fault.
No. We had to get our feelings out. This is a safe space
Is
for
it
any
though?
team that loses. Well, for this week, it's a safe space.
Yeah, I don't really know if there's like any crazy good games to like go over next week. Honestly, personally,
I mean, there's
but
some
there's some
decent games.
exciting. There's some exciting ones, I guess.
We've
The
got some to
college
go
game day
over.
kind of sucks, but we'll kind of get into those later this week. There is a couple of decently good ones, whatever. But other than that, we'll let you guys go with that. And yeah, going back to what we said at the beginning, make sure you're following, make sure you're downloading, liking, subscribing, whatever it is, sharing, leaving us a review. By all means, join the Discord, please. Like we're putting out all kinds of these kind of numbers and stuff like that for you guys. I don't know what else to say. We've pretty much done whatever we need to do every weekend. It seems like so far. Proof is in the pudding.
Yeah,
So
share with your friends, share it with your mom.
if you
You
suck
know,
at gambling, yeah, who cares?
go hit follow on your mom's phone on Spotify or YouTube or
Yeah,
Twitter, whatever. Just hit the button for us. We
so
appreciate it. We're gonna keep putting these numbers out. We do this for our own fun, and we want to be good. So we will we will see you guys later this week with a bunch of plays,
we do
hopefully, and a bunch of winning plays
again.
again.
But yeah, that'll do it. Peace out. Love y'all. See you in a couple days for the preview and breakdown.
Go Tech.